you have ever felt like you keep starting over with fitness, then this video is for you. I don't think that you struggle with consistency because you're lazy. Honestly, I think it's because we try to fit these perfect routines into these perfect weeks that we're supposed to have. And then when actually life happens, we get busy, we get tired, we get emotional, things become overwhelming or exhausting. It all falls apart and we feel like we're the ones that have failed. When in reality, it's the plan. I'm Liv. I'm an online coach and I help women build healthier habits that actually fit real life, that actually fit their life. What started out by opening up a little business in New Zealand, moved to working on cruise ships, then I competed in bodybuilding, I moved countries again and went to Australia and went in the mining industry. Now I'm in another country. This country doesn't speak English, and now I'm having to learn another language. So I've had all these different seasons, and in every single season, what worked in one definitely did not work in the other. And I think that's something a lot of women don't hear enough. So in this video, I want to talk about a few tools and mindset shifts that generally help women stay more consistent long term. And I think one of the first things we need to understand is that consistency has way less to do with perfection than most people think. I think a lot of women think consistency is doing everything perfectly all the time, when in actual reality, consistency actually means just continuing imperfectly. When I was working in the mining industry in Australia, I was finding it so hard to force myself to do the fitness routine that I was doing before, and I was getting so frustrated with myself when I was showing up for a few days and then I'd die off, and I was like, I'm the same person, I still have the same amount of discipline, I know I can do this, like why is this not working for me? But it was because I was trying to force a routine on myself that just wasn't my reality right now. Like I just couldn't do it. And it wasn't because I lacked discipline, it was because I was trying to force a routine that doesn't fit my current reality. Because consistency isn't built on perfect days. It's built on the days you still choose to show up in some way. And honestly, one of the biggest things that helped me with that was learning how to reduce the friction. If your routine only works when you're highly motivated, it's probably too complicated. What I mean by this is, like when I first moved to Uruguay, for instance, I had absolutely no routine. I had no job, no anything, nothing to require me to get up, to do anything, I kind of didn't have any structure in my day. And honestly, I was lost for a while. I really was. So instead of trying to do everything perfectly, like waking up at 6 a.m. or, eating perfect meals or hitting the gym and getting like a full workout in, I just started with one small thing that I could repeat. And that was waking up at 9 a.m. That was it. And do you know why? That was the one thing that started the whole journey into opening up my business again, getting my non-negotiables and training, being in the best shape of my life. It was just that one thing, waking up at 9 a.m. Do you know why? Because there was no friction. It was easy. I could maintain it. Because a routine that works imperfectly will always beat a perfect routine that you can't maintain. And this is where one of my favorite concepts come in, the floor and ceiling system. I think one of the biggest reasons why women burn out or end up not failing or feeling like they failed at fitness or having to feel like they have to start again is because they're trying to live at this level 10 or this perfect idea of what they think requires them to get results. And they feel like they have to live that every single day, right? But instead of trying to hit what I call your ceiling every single day, what actually keeps people consistent and actually sustain them and actually still sees results is actually raising your floor. So for me now, my few non-negotiables, no matter where I am, no matter what country I'm in, no matter what I'm doing, I have 3 things that I will always do every single day, whether it's a weekday, whether it's a weekend, it doesn't matter. These are 3 things that I will always do. So I never have a 0 day. I might not get to 10 every single day, but I never get to 0. So the things that I do is one, my morning routine. It's a little 6-minute thing that works for me and gets my blood flowing, and I love it. I do that every single morning. The second one is I hit protein every single meal. For me as a vegetarian, it's really important that I have protein in my diet, and then I'm getting enough of it, because I have to get it from so many different sources, whereas a meat eater could just get it from meat, right? So it's really important that I have protein in every meal. The next is movement. And the best way to track movement is through steps. So I hit 10,000 steps every day. Now this is me and my non-negotiables. These will not work for you, and I don't expect them to, which is why obviously we start where we are. So if 6,000 steps is good for you, 5,000 steps is good for you, find your non-negotiables so that no matter what, you never have a 0 day. One of my clients actually used to think that if she missed a workout or couldn't get the perfect workout in, the day was ruined. But once we focused on the minimum standards instead of perfection, we found her flaw. Everything changed. The reason why is because you don't need more perfect days. You need fewer 0 days. Your life can change when your bad days are no longer 0. They're a 4 or a 5, depending on how high you want to raise your floor. And the amazing thing is, when your days stop feeling like failure, you stop feeling like you constantly need to restart. Most people don't lose progress because of one bad day. Let's put it into example. So say someone disappears for 3 weeks because they tried to do this perfect routine for 4 or 5 days, and they drop off and they feel like they failed, and they're like, what's the point, right? And then you take another person who just shows up in whatever capacity they can every single day for 3 weeks. Who do you think is going to see results? Better results. And who do you think is actually going to move forward long term? I'm going to tell you something once, maybe twice, just so that you really understand this. You do not need to earn your way back into your routine. Let me say it again. You do not need to earn your way back into your routine. Do you know why? Because it's your routine. It's for you. It's for your life. You don't need to earn it. And I tell you another thing. The women who stay consistent learn how to return faster. They don't take 3 weeks. They take 30 minutes. The next decision they make a better decision. Or maybe they take the day. They wake up the next day and they go, you know what? Yesterday happened. It happened. All good. Let's start fresh. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward. What's my next best decision? And over time, learning to return faster builds something way more important than motivation. It builds self-trust. And honestly, I think self-trust is one of the most important parts of any fitness journey, because consistency builds confidence, because it builds self-trust. The confidence that I have didn't come from waking up one day motivated. It came from repeatedly showing up for myself across different seasons of life, even when things were uncertain, messy, or uncomfortable. Because confidence doesn't come after action, it becomes before it. You have to take that first step, because every time you show up for yourself, you build evidence that you can trust yourself. And I personally think that changes so much more than just your fitness. It changes the way you see yourself, the way you show up in the world, not just in fitness, but in every aspect of your life. You stop feeling like you're constantly failing, and you start building a life and a routine that actually feels supportive instead of exhausting. Before I finish this video, I want to ask you a question. What is one thing that you know would help you feel more consistent right now? I want you to pop your answer in the comments below. And also, if you see an answer that you have found success in your life, or you have advice or a way to implement it a different way, a different perspective, please reply, please share, and please give value, because I totally believe in the fact that we rise by lifting others. We rise by supporting those around us. I'll be replying to comments as well, sharing my advice and ideas, but I also think there's so much value in different women's experiences and perspectives. If this video resonated with you and you want help with implementing these things into your life, I have created a free guide. It's called Start Where You Are, and it's in the description box below. And if you want support, accountability, or information on how to work with me or my upcoming challenge, please feel free to message me on Instagram. My DMs are always open. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, we're moving to the groove and we're talking consistency and perfection.